There are countless companies and groups under the GU family. There are just a few listed companies. Some are listed in the mainland, some are listed in Hong Kong, and some are listed in the United States. However, the parent company behind these companies is the GU Group. The total market value of the GU Group is at least 2 trillion. However, the shares of the GU Group are not unique to the GU family. Some of the shares are in the hands of other shareholders, and some of the shares are issued by listed companies as well. The GU family owns 51% of the shares of the GU Group, which is about 1 trillion. Among these 51%, 50% are in the name of Philip, and Yanzheng and Yangang each account for 25%. It stands to reason that the three brothers hold exactly 51% of the shares, which is just in line with the absolute holding ratio. As long as the three of them are one mind, the GU Group is completely under the control of the GU family. But now that the second and third, seeing that the boss Philip is dying, they are desperate to grab his share. Now that Yanzheng sees that today's strategy of asking for shares has not succeeded, he is ready to continue to put pressure on his eldest brother through the board of directors tomorrow. Even with the share issue, he would not agree for a while. He must be forced to give himself the position of chairman tomorrow. As the saying goes, a country cannot be without a king for a day, and a dragon cannot be without a leader for a day. With such a huge industrial matrix of the GU Group, the chairman cannot be eliminated. Although Philip is still alive now, he is now very sick. If he is treated, he will definitely not have the energy to manage the group. If he is not treated, he will definitely not live long. So now is a good time to force the palace. In any case, he must first hand over the position and power of the chairman. And then slowly plan the part of his shares. If it doesn't work, then use the most extreme trick to kill the whole family after the elder brother's death. In this way, the shares of their family of three naturally will fall into the hands of himself and his third brother. It's just that he dare not use such an extreme method, because after all, Eastcliff hides the dragon and the tiger. Many bigwigs know the situation of the major families well. If he does it secretly, even if he does it perfectly, he can't escape the eyes of these people. At that time, the people in the top society of Eastcliff will know that they have murdered the eldest brother's family. That way, the impact on Gu's family would be too great. After all, every circle has its own rules. In the circle of Eastcliff giants, whoever dares to kill each other will become the object of rejection by everyone. At that time, Gu's assets, connections, status, and prestige will shrink significantly. Therefore, he still tends to outsmart. When Philip heard him mention the board of directors, he knew that he wanted to use the board to put pressure on himself. Now that the new year is approaching, many listed companies have begun to make annual summaries, release annual financial reports, and announce to the people of the whole country that a group company such as the GU Group is naturally attracting attention. And now he's dying. If he participates in the board of directors and be seen as such by the people of the whole country, the people's confidence in the GU Group will be greatly reduced. By then, the stocks will definitely fall and shareholders will face greater losses. Therefore, when the time comes, the board of directors will definitely put pressure on him, forcing him to give up the position of chairmanship. Before that, the 3GU family owned 51% of the shares, and they had absolute say in the board of directors. Other shareholders did not have the ability to force them to do things. But things are different now. The two younger brothers are at odds with him. He has only 25.5% of the shares, and the other 25.5% is in the hands of the two younger brothers. If the two of them don't agree with him, and instead unite with other board members to exclude him, then their 25.5% of the shares are no match for them. As long as their combined shares exceed 51%, they can reasonably and legally impeach him and force him to cede the chairmanship. Thinking of this, he said with a sullen expression, "Yanzheng, I know what your wishful thinking is, but you can rest assured, as long as Philip still has a breath, I will be there for the board of directors tomorrow. No matter what your plan is. I won't let you succeed." Yanzheng and Yangang ran away from Philip's home in a hurry. At this time, the maid hurried in and said, "Sir, the bodyguards in our family are all injured. Look." Philip immediately waved his hand and said, Hurry up and call 120 and send them to the doctor for treatment. I will pay for all the expenses, and each person will pay another 200,000 medical expenses. I will arrange for my secretary to go there." The servant nodded immediately, took out his mobile phone and dialed 120. Everyone also went out to check the injuries of the bodyguards. Although all of them looked miserable, their wounds were not life-threatening. However, these people are also very ashamed, and even ashamed to look up at Philip, and constantly curse that they are too weak and ashamed of Philip's trust. Philip didn't care about this either, and comforted one by one. "Today's matter is an accident." The other party came prepared, and all Master Wades came. "You can't match each other, and you can understand it." With that said, he again asked, "Don't think about it so much now. Go to the hospital for treatment and recovery." Soon, the ambulance took the bodyguards away, and Philip also arranged for his secretary to rush to the hospital to handle related matters. When everything was arranged, he finally felt relieved.